Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. It's the Orlando Magic and the Chicago Bulls. Rose can't connect. Here's McGrady. He takes it in, and he jams it home with authority.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Pippen. He got a piece of it. And he gets it back. 4 on the clock. From deep, Rose. Howard grabs the miss.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start here. They're 0 for 4 to begin the game.
Pass to O'Neal. Outside, Hill. Offensive rebound. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
I mean, just a tough start, missing their first 5 shots.
Hardaway. Pass to Howard. Great D that time from Pippen.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Drains the triple.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's McGrady. Covered by Jordan. Fade away. Rebound by the Bulls.
Well, the defense was giving him that one, but he made the shot more difficult than it needed to be. You got to play smart.
Smart play from Rose, getting up close to the basket for a high percentage look.
And it's O'Neal off the drive. Uses the glass on the layup. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. From deep, Jordan. Back to Pippen. Puts up a 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Fades away. And that one hits the back iron.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Pass to O'Neal. And that one is stuffed right through.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
So it's Orlando now. After the basket by Chicago. Here's McGrady. No good. A bit long that time.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Oh, some explosive stuff from Rose right at the rim, showing these young boys how ferocious he can still be. He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
They swipe it. O'Neal with it. Jordan picks him up to the middle. Hardaway. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm. Just knifing his way to the rim.
He looked practically unstoppable on that play. Hardaway into the lane. Here's McGrady. The putback. And the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
He got it up. Doesn't go that time. Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. The Bulls out in front, up 2.
16. Orlando, 14.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
Orlando moving the ball around. Oh, and a fast break for Chicago. And it's Butler with the jam.
Yeah, and Butler pretty scary when he gets out in transition.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
All alone. And it's Orlando with another. Second quarter of basketball, about a minute played so far. Rose with it. He's picked up by Hardaway. Back to Jordan. To the inside. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Butler outside. Bulls keep it alive. With the clock winding. Oh my goodness! Fired at home!
Oh, indeed.
Nice.
And passes like this demonstrate Rose's unselfish attitude, which is why his teammates enjoy playing with him.
Here's McGrady. Back to Howard. Fades back. Howard. Boy, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
Here's Rose. Gets it. He's 6 for 10 and looking confident out there.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Here's McGrady. Pass to Howard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. And he's all alone. Here's Howard. And it's all tied up. Howard's got 10 points. And Rose has got the ball here for Chicago. Pass to Gilmore. Hill with the steal. Driving in. And a two-handed jam.
Gotta give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
To the left side wing. McGrady. No good from outside.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
Here's Orlando. They're on a 12-4 run. Back to Howard. Oh, sweet move. Here's Hardaway. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Here's Rose. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, once Rose feels like he has to step on the defense, he's ready for liftoff. What a slam.
Here's McGrady. Tipped. And a fast break now for the Bulls. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. Orlando shooting their first free throw of the contest. And now the first timeout called here for Chicago.
Shooting 1. Chicago timeout call. Fans, make some noise for your Chicago Lovable.
That one's good from Hardaway.
Substitution on the court.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
Let them hear it, fans.
34 seconds left in the first half. And they go to the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Now a timeout called by Chicago.
Chicago timeout call. Heads up, fans. Who wants a free t-shirt? It's time for t-shirts. Give it up one more time for your Chicago Lovable.
Here's Vucevic to the paint. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Butler.
Orlando ball.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
I'll tell you what, they are on fire this quarter, taking total command of this game.
Pass to Turkoglu. Here's Vucevic. And Vucevic slams it in.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. And we're through the first half of play here.
With a score 32.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Here's Skiles. Banchero outside. Anderson for three. He drops it from range. Anderson's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Rose. Pass to Gilmore. Back to Rose. 5 on the clock. Pippen with it. He's picked up by Bancaro. From deep, Rose. And he gets it to go again. He's connected on 10 of 15 now.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Well, Paolo Bancaro has the Seattle skyline tattooed on his shoulder, and he says guys from there naturally have a chip on our shoulder because we feel like we're not seen as much as some of the other places around the country. Being born and raised, my mom and dad from there, it's in my blood. Brian?
A lot of pride in his hometown. Thanks a lot, Allie. Outside, Anderson. Pass to Turkoglu. From downtown. Knocks it down from distance. And now a 6-point Orlando lead.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Goes up from the top of the key. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Magic leading by 3. Right side, Anderson. There's the triple. Connects from downtown. Anderson's got 6 in the quarter.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Pippen right side. Chicago passing it around. Here's Rose. Count the basket. Rose has got 23.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
And here are the Bulls now. Here's Pippen. Soft touch off the glass. Now just a 2-point Magic lead.
Well, you always want to pass the ball up court on the break. Normally leads to easy points, and we all know those are hard to come by.
Two minutes remaining in the third.
Deflects the pass.
2 minutes.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession.
Chicago ball.
1:57 left in the third.
Dennis Rodman.
Here's Jordan. Clock at 4. Pass to Gilmore. Back to Jordan. For the tie. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
Here's Skiles. Inside. Here's Vucevic. Throws it up high. Alley-oop up top. Hammer it home.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch. Great flush. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A. Keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Pass to Vucevic. Now here's Bancaro. Kicks it out to Anderson. 5 to shoot. And here's Vucevic. Releases from 15. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Bulls making a switch here.
Coming onto the floor.
And it's the Bulls' ball. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up. B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. To snap the cold streak. And he lays it in. Skiles has got his second basket.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Noah. Pass to Jordan. And there's the drive. And slam dunk by Jordan.
You look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stats. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated. It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. Rose up top. 25 points in the game.
An excellent finisher who loves to bring the intensity. Rose will challenge anybody at the rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for the Bulls, Derrick Rose.
And so Rose knocks them both down.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Pass to McGrady. 3 seconds left. That shot is off. Derrick Rose has been leading the charge for Chicago. 27 on the night. He's had
50. Orlando, 46.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Chicago leading by 4. Driving inside. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
And this is a vintage night from Derrick Rose. It's like we're back in 2011, his MVP season.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him. Back to O'Neal. Count it. Good.
Shaquille O'Neal.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
And gearing up for the alley-oop, just couldn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync there.
Here's McGrady. Shot clock at 6. Shakes him. The Magic need to put one up here. Gilmore grabs the miss. Bulls leading by 4. Pass to Jordan. Pippen outside. Now Jordan. And he's going for the lob. Here we go, one-on-one. Hardaway with it. Picked up by Rose. Outside Hardaway. Pass to McGrady. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
And good whistle there.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break. Because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this.
Back to Pippen. The double clutch. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And he knocks down the first one.
Scottie Pippen.
Hits both from the stripe. Magic trail by 4. Here's Hardaway. Pass to Howard. To the right side. Here's O'Neal. Down low. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Moving the ball for the highest percentage look.
Here's Pippen. To the left wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And slam dunk by Jordan.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Pass to McGrady. Shoots over Levine. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. Chicago leading by 4.
How'd they pull that off, B.A.?
Right? And I'm not sure. A tremendous play.
Michael Jordan.
Right side Hill. Oh, and a fast break for Chicago. And there's the lob. And Levine throws it down.
No surprise here. Levine loves pulling up the landing gear.
Here's Hardaway. Plays it up and banks it in.
Coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
Pass to Jordan. .124 left in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Levine. Orlando with the rebound.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Good on the first. And that brings him within 5. Hardaway hits them both.
And those were big shots. At this point in the game, you can't afford to leave any points at the line.
Pass to Jordan. .50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Out to the right wing. To the inside. Picked it out of midair. Here's Hill. Yeah!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
McGrady. Money.
And that could really be the game-changing moment.
I agree. What a turn of events.
That might be the play of the game.
They got the rebound. Jordan inside. Time expires. We're going to overtime. We've got more hoops coming.
To overtime.
Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. And so here is Chicago. Rose outside. Pass to Gilmore. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Orlando making a switch here. If they score here, they're back in front.
And they've been waiting to retake this lead for a bit.
Hardaway from outside. Sinks the tray. And the Magic lead by 3.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Here's Rose with the drive.
Yes, I mean, Rose can be this guy for his team still. I mean, he isn't shaken up by the intensity of the moment. I mean, he just goes to work. I love it.
And the technical free throw is good.
Yeah, he's a guy you want at the line, and clearly not affected by the moment.
Off the inbound. And Orlando tacks on 2 more.
Well, that's a shot where your coach is saying, no, 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 and then, woo.
And slam dunk by Jordan.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
Oh, no holding back from Banchero. He wants this team to be able to rely on him in these type of moments.
And here's Butler outside. He got it. Butler, the deep 3.
Well, no one wanted to take that more than Butler. He's got the heart of the champion.
Pass to Howard. And it's Jordan with the rebound.
Hard to convert against that kind of defensive pressure.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, he packs it down.
That is is incredible.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. The kick out to Banchero. The trifecta. Banchero right in his face.
And stepping up when it's clutch time, that's a very mature play by the young Banchero.
Pass to Jordan. The three is up. Howard grabs the miss.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Oh, rejected by Howard. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Howard. Butler on the wing. Pippen right side. The three. And it's in. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
Pass to McGrady. And Jordan comes to help. And it's stolen by Rhodes.
And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally back.
Personal foul.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. So the first one drops. And that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. And it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, that's outstanding execution in a big spot. He showed a lot of poise at the line right there.
And he buries it.
Activity on the glass. That's a possession that could have gotten away from him.
And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul. He hits the first one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. And it's a 4-point ball game.
Put a bow on this one. His composure at the line effectively ends it.
And stolen by Banchero. And they recover it. Pass to McGrady. So a close game here sees Orlando taking this one. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime they caught a second win.
They